King of the Road Productions proudly presents a Wolfe and Renaissance episode of the Jim King of the TV show. Southeast Texas style. During the half hour, we'll check out John Wolfe live at Honky Tonk, Texas. We'll cruise to the Texas Renaissance Festival in Plantersville. Have you severed any heads today?
Not yet, but there's always hopes, indeed.
What's in your mug, sir?
Well, there we go. Fresh water, clean water. You don't know how important clean water in the 16th century can be.
We'll feature the Honky Tonk, Texas Fabulous Flashback. We'll also air the Southeast Texas debut of Don Gates' new video as our King's Country Music Clip of the Week from Nashville. And Kylie Fry will be in the Royal Spotlight. Sponsored by Bradley's Collision Center in Port Neches.
King of the Road.
Howdy and welcome to the Jim King of the TV show on Fox 4, KBTV, and the CW. I'm Jim King of the Road. It's hard to believe that King's Country Internet Radio is already in its 10th year of streaming the most magnificent country music mix on the planet, 24/7 and 365. Man, how time flies when you're having a royal time. In less than 100 years, radio has come a long, long way. We've gone from this to this. Alexa, play King's Country on TuneIn.
King's Country from TuneIn.
And this. Now you can stream us everywhere. Stream King's Country Internet Radio on your PC, smart speaker, mobile device, or in your vehicle with your Bluetooth. King's Country is streaming 24/7 and worldwide on TuneIn, iTunes, Live 365, and at kingscountry.net. Catch the award-winning and nationally recognized Jim King of the Radio show, middays, Monday through Friday, on King's Country at kingscountry.net. Never settle for less. Now ride shotgun with me to Silsbee, Texas. We always cruise Cadillac style, as seen and heard on Southeast Texas TV and radio.
Extra large and turbocharged. It's the King of the Road show.
Oh, hi, to the time.
One man has the power to take you behind the scenes. Jim King of the Road.
Jim King of the Road.
Me and my baby, we were parked down a country road. Radio was playing, she started singing, Stuck on You. She leaned over, put her pretty little head on my shoulder. We forgot all about the fight we had and started all over. That's what a song will do. Turn you around, speak right to you, make you laugh and cry and fill your heart up too. That's what a song will do. I was sitting in the kitchen down at Mama's house, having one of those days, feeling like nothing gonna go my way. She was humming along to a feel-good song. It eased my mind, all of a sudden wasn't nothing wrong. That's what a song will do. Turn you around, speak right to you, make you laugh and cry and fill your heart up too. That's what a song.
It's the 700th episode of the King of the Road Show HD, and look who I've got to help me celebrate. It's John Wolfe from Austin, Texas, singer-songwriter. Honky Tonk, Texas is right up your alley, I think.
It is, man. It's good to be here tonight. Thanks for having me on.
It all happens in a honky tonk.
It does, man. My first album, It All Happened in a Honky Tonk, seems to come back quite often in some of these beer joints. So we're happy to be here tonight and happy to be on with you.
Originally from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've got a lot of family there, but I think you grew up in Miami, Oklahoma. Do they pronounce it like Miami there, or is it Miami?
It's Miami. It's kind of a weird deal, but born in Tulsa, raised in Miami, Oklahoma, and we get a chance to play up at Kane's Ballroom quite often, but most of my career has been made here in Texas.
Yeah, well, Texas still loves traditional country music, and that's your specialty.
Right. Absolutely, that's what I do.
Yeah, but before you got into the music business, you had a pretty respectable job. You were an oil trader in Chicago and then in Houston?
That's right. Graduated Colorado State University, so I've kind of been all over the place. I love the mountains and love Colorado. Went out there after high school and ended up with a finance degree, and worked for British Petroleum for a few years on the oil trading floor in Chicago, and they transferred me to Houston, and that was a bad move. Then they transferred me down to Houston because there was too many beer joints, and I ended up having a lot of late nights and got into country music and ended up leaving my job, and here I am 10 years later.
Yeah, and I heard a little story that you actually had a pretty famous roommate at one point, a guy named Hayes Carl. How did that happen?
That's right. So when I first started in Houston, John Evans was really a big influence on me, and John was pretty much the reason I'm doing what I'm doing today. He really encouraged me to get going and helped me find songs and work on my craft, and his friend was Hayes Carl, and Hayes needed a roommate at the time, so that's how I ended up living with Hayes. And I was a big Hayes Carl fan before I moved in with him, so I was a little nervous for a while, but we became great friends, and we go back a lot of years now.
Two hearts thumping like a bass drum, drumming baby all night. Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? Thank y'all very much.
Still to come, we'll air the Southeast Texas debut of Don Gates' new video as our King's Country Music Clip of the Week from Nashville. We'll also feature the Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback. And Kindly Fry will be back in the Royal Spotlight. Sponsored by Bradley's Collision Center in Port Neches, Texas. But next we'll cruise to the Texas Renaissance Festival in Plantersville. Have you severed any heads today?
Not yet, but there's always hopes, indeed.
What's in your mug, sir?
Well, there we go. Fresh water, clean water. You don't know how important clean water in the 16th century can be.
You're cruising in the King's Caddy.
Texas Hot Country Magazine is one of the oldest magazines in the Houston area and affiliated with two Houston radio stations, the new 93Q and Country Legends. We target the very lucrative family-oriented country music and Texas music market. Grab the latest issue at TexasHotCountryMagazine.com and check out Jim King of the Road's new column. That's the Texas Hot Country Magazine at TexasHotCountryMagazine.com.